Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Marge. So we'll be spending the next hour and a half together. And today's keyword is super aging. It's now added to the title of this session. So it will be divided into mainly 3 parts. The first part is all about deep breathing, learning how to breathe a little bit more efficiently using the diaphragm. As it turns out, it's one of the easiest things you can do to maintain your cognitive health, your brain health, okay? Thereby slowing down your aging. All right, so let's focus on our body. It's very, very important that we learn to bring our body and our mind together. Body and mind together. Focus on the bottom of a spine. Move towards the top of the head. Stretch the spine and then relax. Now focus on the shoulder. Open the shoulder and then relax. Now focus on the center of a palm. Bring up our hands, crossing the fingers. Put that right below the belly button. There's a very important energy point here called the C or Qi. This is in fact how we get energy from our mother when we're inside the womb. Now we're going to take a deep breath. Actually, you're going to take 3 deep breaths. And so I want you to focus on this energy point called the C or Qi. And then also focus on this energy point, which is below your nose, above your lip. This is called the center of being. This is in fact where the yang energy meets with the yin energy. Yang means the sun, yin means the absence of sun. Now we're going to take a deep breath. As we take a deep breath, we raise the hand and we raise the body, okay? Now get ready from the beginning to end. Breathe in. And breathe out, looking at the hands. Stretch our elbow, stretch our wrist, and then look straight ahead. Unlock our fingers. Imagine we have 2 big rocks on the side and we're climbing the mountain, stretching the upper part of our arm. You will notice that all the stretching exercise are the places where it's facing the sun. It's the yang energy line. Relax again. Okay, you have to relax because in order to do deep breathing, you're using the diaphragm. The diaphragm is viscoelastic. So the faster you move, the harder it's going to resist you. So you got to very gently breathe in. Breathe out. Looking straight ahead again, and then climb the mountain, stretching the upper part of the arm as well as the wrist, okay? One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look straight ahead, climb the mountain, and relax. Now we're going from the energetic to the restorative, going from the dynamic to the static. So as soon as we slow down and we're back into a stationary pose, which in this case is just sitting, then we want to focus on our breathing. Okay, we need to learn to do that. Focus on our breathing, one breath at a time. Know that I'm breathing in, Feel the in-breath. Know that I'm breathing out. Feel the out-breath. Okay? All right, so now we cycle back and forth. So now we're back to the energetic. Open the shoulder again. Relax the shoulder. Right hand touching the left shoulder. Lean back the forehead so the top of the head is facing the sky. Now we grab the right shoulder, stretch your spine, and then we stretch to the left. Stretch to the left. You feel the stretch over here. That's what we want. Stretch to the left and come back, changing hands. Lean back the forehead again. So you're putting pressure on the left shoulder. Grab the left elbow. Stretch to the right. Feel the stretch on the left hand side of your body and relax. Back to the breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Left hand, the center of the palm facing the sky. Right hand, put that between your fingers and your palm. Bring down the left hand. Now focus on the elbow. Stretch that elbow. It's very important that we learn to stretch the elbow. The elbow, the wrist, the shoulder, that's where the energy lines points are, right? So we push out the elbow. Now focus on the elbow. Use the elbow to push the hand up. Feel the body as you do that. Bring it all the way up to the eyebrow. Okay, look straight ahead without turning the body. Take the left hand and stretch it to the right. Stretch. And then come back. Relax. Sit up straight. Right hand. Bring it down. Elbow push. Eyes forward. Focus on the elbow. Use the elbow to bring up the right hand. Feel the stress on your wrist and your finger. Bring it all the way up to eyebrow. Look straight ahead without turning the body. Right hand to the left. Stretch. And then come back. And then relax. Focusing on the breathing. Again, maintaining the balance between the yang and the yin. The yang is energetic. That's the sympathetic or fight or flight. And the yin is the parasympathetic. That's the rest and digest. Maintaining that balance is very, very important. Okay, now open the shoulder again. Relax the shoulder. Always relax the shoulder. Always open and then relax. When you open it, then you're relieving the stress on the lung, right? Increasing your lung power and as well as your cardio. And then, but at the same time, after you do that, then you just drop the shoulder to relax. Okay, because this is an important energy point right here too. And now we take the right hand, palm facing the sky, making 90 degrees on the wrist, open that shoulder. Left hand facing the earth, again 90 degrees, open the shoulder. Now imagine the sky has fallen onto the top, onto the palm of your right hand. I want to push the sky up very slowly, gently, push it up, all the way up. Lock the elbow. Now I want to imagine the earth has come up and is now resting on my left palm. So I want to slowly push it down. Okay, now make sure you lock the elbow. Make sure you feel the stress on your wrist. Now you take the right hand and you lean back the right hand. Rotate the head to the left until you reach the shoulder. Then rotate the eye, keep rotating the eye until you can see the back. And then bring back your eyeball. Bring back your head. Focus on your shoulder. And then very gently relieve. Open the shoulder again. Push up the sky all the way up. And then now push down the earth all the way down. Focus on the left shoulder. Bring back the left hand. Rotate the head to the right to the shoulder. Rotate the eyeball until you can see the back. Come back very gently. And then very gently relieve, relax. I've been back to focusing on the breathing. I know I'm breathing in one breath at a time, right? Check to see if you're huffing and puffing, right? It's not a good idea to huff and puff. The Chinese believe in essence, that we have these organ, the yin organ, the organs that were given by a mother when we're inside the womb, the heart, the lung, the splint, the kidney, and the liver. Those are called the yin organ. So they're also called the treasure organ. They contain essence, and so we want to preserve those essence. For example, the air huffing and puffing would hurt the lung. Sweating, as it turns out, will hurt the heart. Okay, all right. So, and each and one of those organ has its own essence, and we believe in that. Okay. Now we sit properly. We're going to stretch the back now. So open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, stretch your spine. Okay, stretch it, move towards the ceiling, and then now relax. Put the hands together, lock the fingers. Okay, put that in the bottom of your spine. Palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch until you lock the elbow. Now focus on the top of the head. Okay, push the head up, push the down at the same time, one up, one down. Okay, top of the head up, and then the palm of your hand down, and then relax. Now shift the focus from the top of the head to the forehead. Lean back the forehead, bring up your hand, and then relax. Back to the breathing. Now we're going to do a bunch of exercise, okay, leading to the final exercise called the reverse Buddha. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Take the right hand, pointing at the lower back, but I want you to focus on the shoulder and not the finger, okay? Focus on the right shoulder. Now lean back the forehead so you're looking straight ahead, okay? Now take the right shoulder and stretch it up, and the fingers will go down automatically, but no, don't focus on the finger. Focus on the shoulder. Stretch and then relax. The other side. Focus on the left shoulder. Stretch up and then relax. Back to the breathing. Check your breath. Make sure you're not huffing and puffing. You can even feel the heartbeat. Slow down the heartbeat by just focusing on the breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Right hand, back of the hand is at the lower back. Fingers are pointing to the left shoulder. Again, focus on the right shoulder, not the fingers. Okay, stretch down. Now the fingers goes up as a result, but focus is on the shoulder. And relax. The other hand pointing to the right shoulder now. Focus on the left shoulder. Okay. Now shoulder down, fingers up. Focus on the shoulder. Now bring the other hand. Fingers are touching. Back to the posture, sitting upright, head towards the ceiling, eyes towards in the front. Focus on the shoulder. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. And then relax, changing hand. Focus on the shoulder again. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down. And relax. Back to the restorative. Back to the rest and digest. One breath at a time. Know that I'm breathing in. And know that I'm breathing out. Focus entirely on the breath. Okay. Now open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Sit upright. Center of the palm, touching the center of the palm, fingers touching. Put your hands together on the lower back, fingers pointing down. Fingers pointing up. Now bring up the hand and try to maintain the contact between the center of your palm. Okay? Now sit up straight. Now use your palm to push your body forward, and then at the same time, open the shoulder. So one forward, one back. And then relax. Okay? So I started the class today by saying that today's keyword is called super aging, right? So what exactly is super aging? What exactly is a super ager, right? So if you're 85 years old and you think that you have the brain of a 45, that's clearly a super ager. On the other hand, super aging is to age in such a way to slow down the cognitive decay. Okay, that's the biggest problem that we have nowadays. All right, 1 out of 3 in the 80s are suffering from dementia right now. It's a horrible disease. So what we want to do is we want to focus our exercise, focus our practice on how to maintain the cognitive health. So it turns out that one of the ways that you can do that is finding the balance between the fight or flight and the rest and digest. Okay. And one of the measures is called the heart rate variability, meaning that as you breathe in, you're actually now in the sympathetic, your heart rate should go up. But as you breathe out, you should be back into the rest and digest, and your heart rate can go down. And it's that variability that gives you an indication of your health. And there's study now that shows that that variability actually leads to a slowing down of the brain decay. So this is very important. Now, on the other hand, this is a 1,000-year-old practice, learning how to breathe with our with a diaphragm. Okay. All right. So this is right now. We're going to sit for 5 minutes. It's all about learning how to restore our rest and digest, something that we lost as a modern human being. And it actually starts with the sitting posture. So I'm going to go through these 7 steps and then explain how each one of them is actually learning, show, um, putting you in the rest and digest. The first thing is the legs. If you sit on the chair, it's perfectly fine. Make sure that the bottom of your feet is touching the ground and it's right below the knee, not forward, not backward. Right? If you're sitting like I do, you can put one on top of each other, you can put one in front of each other, or you can put both of them crossing like that. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you don't want to lift it up like this, because when you do that, you're using the muscle. And when you use the muscle, then it's hard to be in the rest and digest. So think of the legs are like the pedestal for the rest of the body. The rest of the body is like a bell. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the hand just rested on your knee, on your thigh, anywhere. Just rest it. Okay, don't lift it up, don't use muscle. Then the most important part is your spine. Okay, so the key part of the spine is to rest the upper torso on itself and not using muscle. So right now we're using a lot of back muscle. Okay, and so we want to learn how not to use the back muscle by focusing on the top of the head. Imagine visualizing the spine. Now we're going to imagine someone grab the hair on top of your head and pull that spine up, pull it up, all the way up, as if you're hanging the spine on the ceiling, and then you relax. So what you're doing now is you're letting the weight of the spine, the weight of the upper torso, stacking on itself. Now, it's also very important that you lean back slightly. Okay, lean back slightly. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4 is open that shoulder. There's 2 energy points are very important. They call the gate to the cloud. And then focus on the top of the shoulder and then relax. The top of the shoulder is called the well of the shoulder. Just relax. Now, the only thing remaining is your head. Your head weights quite a bit. And right now, again, you're using muscle, the neck muscle. So I want you to lean back the forehead as if you're putting a watermelon back onto a spike. Huh? So now, as you lean back the forehead, the ears on top of the shoulder, the back of the neck is actually touching the collar. Okay, so now the weight of the head is on top of the spine. Now, after you do that, I want you to focus on the chin and then just lower your chin. Lower your chin so that the top of the head, this very important energy point called 100 meat, is on top of the spine. We call this the one pillar supporting the sky. There's another benefit, which is that you're putting a little bit of pressure on the artery on the 2 sides of the neck. That tends to slow down your heart rate, put you in a relaxed mode. Now, the last 2 are the eyelid and the tongue. Now relax your eyelid. Imagine that you're like the baby sleeping. You're not shutting your eye, you're not opening your eye, you're just relaxing your eye. So you can barely see your eyelashes and your knee and your hand and the floor. Finally, is the tip is the tongue. Okay. Now, if you're in the fight or flight, the first thing that happens is that your saliva glands are turned off. So we want to learn how to turn it back on. And we do that by first relaxing the inside of our mouth, relaxing the jaw, relaxing. Now we take the tip of the tongue and we put it right behind this energy point in the middle of being. And this actually connects the yang energy line and the yin energy line. It's actually right where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. Now close your mouth. Immediately you feel your inside of the mouth is wet. The saliva gland is activated. So all these together actually just put you in a rest and digest mode. And then finally, it's very important to remind of yourself of being grateful. Gratitude is the key to all practice. It's the key to all religion. All right. You notice that the Protestants and Catholics, they always are very grateful to the Creator. They are grateful for the meal. And the Buddhists are the same. So be very grateful, grateful for this body, grateful for your health, and show that gratitude by lifting up your corner mouth, showing that smile. Okay, now that's just the form. So now we want to focus on the breath, and we start by knowing. I know that I'm breathing in. Feel the in breath, feel the change in your body. I know I'm breathing out. Feel the out breath, feel the change in your body. So that's called knowing. The next step is called anchoring. Now, I want you to anchor your mind onto the belly button, or more specifically, right below the belly button. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, I just want you to use your mind. Imagine you taking your belly button and you take it all the way across the room. Now, the stomach will follow you. Okay, use your mind. Let the stomach follow. As soon as you're breathing out, I want you to take that belly button and collapse it to the back. The stomach will follow. Breathe in, move forward. Let the body follow you, okay? Breathe out, move backward. So what that does is that as you breathe in, you open your stomach, you lower your diaphragm. As you breathe out, you collapse your stomach and you're lifting your diaphragm. This has a way of improving your heart rate variability and as a result, improving uh, your cognitive health. Okay, reducing your chance of having dementia. That actually is in a bunch of report now that has been released recently. Okay, so we're going to spend the next 5 minutes just doing that. Just doing that. Learn to relax. Okay, learn to activate the the parasympathetic nerve. Okay, focus on your breathing. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, move forward, open that stomach. As soon as you know that you're breathing out, move back, collapse the stomach. Okay, don't worry too much if you're doing it right. Just focus, use your mind. The body will follow. And if you find yourself drifting away, your mind somewhere else, very quickly ask your mind, invite your mind to come back. Okay, open your eyes. So that was part one. And I want you to promise me that after that, even though we only do this once a week, that you spend at least 15 minutes every day to just sit down and meditate. Focus on your breathing in and out, in and out. 15 minutes. You know how many minutes is there in a day? 1440. 15 is 1% of your day. Investing 1% to benefit 99%, there's no better return than that. So I want you to promise me that you would do that. I also want you to promise me that whenever you wait, you would meditate. Waiting actually creates a lot of anxiety, especially when you're waiting for the doctor to show up. So that's a good time to meditate. And you might have to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Use that time to meditate, and you will find that as soon as the doctor walks in and take your blood pressure would be very good. Okay? So I want you to promise me that. All right, now we're going to work on the second part. The second part is continuing to work on our cognitive health. And there are two parts to that. The very end, we're going to meditate, but using metta, loving kindness. Now, I posted a scientific report on our circle that talks about how metta, loving kindness, actually changes your DNA on the brain to slow down aging. So that's very good. The other one is that when my kids were little, I used to buy them a lot of books. And I remember there were books where you can open, and instead of words, they would be animals and whatever. And if there's a bear, there would be a piece of fur and for the children to touch. And then if there's something else like a red barn, there will be, something else that you touch. It's all about texture. And the thought is that in the development age, uh, texture, feeling with the body actually enhances the brain power. And so we're going to learn how to do that again, okay? Learn how to feel with our body. Now, feeling as opposed to judging, feeling is all about the 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 eye, the nose, the tongue, the ear, and the body. Okay, as we feel the sound, the taste, the aroma, and whatever, um, the nerve ending actually ends into the spiral cord. It's only after they are collected that they're sent to the brain, and that's where you judge. So what we want to do is we want to linger on that feeling for as long as we can. Okay, let let it stay in the spiral core. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do some joint exercise now, focusing on the joints, but it's less about the joint and more about the energy point. There's 3 energy points here, correspond to the lung, the heart, the pericardium. There's another 3 here, and then there's a whole bunch here in the shoulder. So it's less about the joint and more about working on these energy points. So let's again focus on the body, stretch our spine, relax our spine, open our shoulder, relax our shoulder. I want you to focus on the center of your palm, mind, body together. Bring up your hand all the way up to the shoulder level. Now I want you to focus on the wrist. I want you to feel the change in your body one at a time. I want to challenge you to do joint exercise as slow as you can, one at a time. Really examine the change in your body, one rotation at a time. Now we're going to go the other way. Focus on the wrist. Okay, examine the change in your body, any sweat, any heat, any pain, any numbness, any tightness, any kind of feeling. And they fall into either pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant, right? So now I want you to lower your hand, but again, make sure that the center, you're focusing on the center of your palm. Once again, back to the body, feel the shoulder, open the shoulder, back to the center of your palm, bring up the hand slowly together, body and mind. Now focus on the elbow. Again, same thing, as slow as you can. Really focus on the elbow, focus on the sensation of your elbow. And notice any change in your elbow, one at a time. Now we're going to go the other way. Focus on the body. one at a time. So you notice that we're actually doing meditation, right? So meditation doesn't mean just sit down. That's only one form. You can sit and meditate. You can stand and meditate. You can lie down and meditate. You can walk and meditate. You can exercise and meditate. Now back to the shoulder. Open the shoulder. Feel the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. We're going from the wrist to the elbow, now to the shoulder. Focus on the center of your hand, crossing your hand, bring it up very slowly, bring it above the head, and then stretch. And then as you come down, imagine like you're touching the wall. Feel the body. And then when you come back, relax. Focus on the center of your palm again. Bring it back up. Stretch. Touching the wall very gently. Relax. Back to the center of your hand. And stretch. Open the shoulder. Feel the walls. And then one last time. Follow the center of your palm. Stretch. Open. And then relax. Now we're going to go the other way. Open first. Stretch. Bring it back down. Focus first. Feel the body, okay? Feel the body. Focus on the body. Focus on that feeling without judging. Don't judge. Just know that whether it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant or unpleasant. And relax. Now open the shoulder. We're going to have to get some unpleasant feeling now, okay? And focus on the center of your palm. Bring it up all the way to shoulder level. Get ready. Bring it up. Open, bring it as far back as you can. Feel that pain. Let go of that pain. Come back to the center palm. Okay, so whether you have pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling, it's very important to feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Don't get attached to it. Don't become averse to it. And just feel it without judging, and then back down. One last time. Open, feel the pain, accept that pain, let go of the pain. Sit up straight. Hands in the back, as far back as you can. Bring it up. Stretch. Down. Back. Stretch. Down. Back. Stretch. And down. Now we need to spend a little bit of time on the restorative. We're going from the dynamic back to the static. And now we're going to focus on the breathing. When we're in dynamic, we focus on the body. Now we focus on the breath. Know that I'm breathing in. Know that I'm breathing out. Always relax on the out breath. Know that I'm breathing in. Know that I'm breathing out. Relax on the out breath. Okay, now we're going to do 3 exercises, one after another. They are all part of the Shaolin Temple internal exercise, internal Qi exercise. The first one is called the double blade. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, left hand, right hand. Now we're going to separate the left brain from the right brain. So keep the left hand stationary, focus on the right hand, focus on the center of the palm, very gently bring it in the forward. And now bring it as far back as you can. Feel the pain on your shoulder. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Right hand stationary, left hand very gently, making a big circle. As far back as you can, feel the pain on your shoulder. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of the palm. Focus on the center of your palm. Left hand stationary, right hand as far back as you can. And then left hand as far back as you can. And 2 more times. Sit up straight. Right hand. Feel the pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of the palm. One last time. Left hand. Feel the pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Focus on our breathing. One breath at a time. Okay, now onto the second exercise called throwing the shoulder. Open the shoulder, bring up your right hand, focus on the center of the palm, making a fist. Okay, get ready. Up, open the fingers. Okay, stretch your elbow, let go of your shoulder. Feel the vibration coming back to the shoulder. Then do it with the other hand. Get ready. Up. Feel it. Come back. Down. Sit up straight. Down. Up. Up. Down. Down. One last time. Up. Up. Down. Down. Now open the shoulder. Follow the hand. 1, feel the vibration coming back to the shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Okay, so we talk about the sympathetic versus the parasympathetic. We talk about the sympathetic, meaning the fight or flight, the parasympathetic, meaning that it's the rest and digest. So modern people tend not to know how to relax anymore, right? So we relax by thinking that we're going to a vacation. Every time I go to vacation, it takes me a month and a half to restore myself. It's really hard work. It's no relaxation. Okay, so relaxation is not the same as just turning off the fight or flight. It's actually turning on the rest and the digest. Okay, it's 2 different buttons. Okay, and so it's all about that. And now when you are stuck on one, mainly stuck on the fight or flight, then we call this autonomous disorder, because both of them combined is called the autonomous nerve system. And when you're stuck on one, that's called autonomous disorder. And when you have that, all kinds of problem comes. Okay, and the problem, because you're stuck on that, when you're stuck on that, your body has a way of prioritizing. So it turns off all your immune system, turns off all your digestive system, turn off all your reproductive system. Okay, so no wonder you're sick. And one of the problem is that you accumulate a lot of stress from the neck down all the way to the internal. And so this next exercise is a QiGong exercise. It's called relaxing the shoulder. Just that's all they call it, loosening up the shoulder. And in fact, it's what it's doing is activating the vagus nerve that starts at the neck all the way to the inside. Okay, so we're going to do that. And now I want you to just close your eye. You don't even have to look at me. Focus on your body. Feel your body. Open that shoulder. Relax that shoulder. Okay, now take your thumb, put that on this energy point called the gate of the cloud. You don't have to push it, just leave it there. And then now roll up your fingers. Now we're going to do this in 4 parts. Okay, now the first part is simple. Focus on your shoulder. Bring up your shoulder. Bring up your body. Bring up your elbow, as if you're bringing your shoulder all the way to your ears, all the way up. That's part 1. Part 2 is when you focus on the elbow and you bring your elbow back. Notice you're opening up your shoulder now. Bring it all the way back as if you're squeezing the tennis ball in the back. That's number 2. Number 3 is when you bring down your elbow, bring down your shoulder, and you just relax. Number 4 is when you bring your elbow forward and your neck is down, you're looking at the floor, you're hunching your back. And then this is the starting point. So as we bring up our elbow, we gently take an in-breath, breathe in. And notice that we're now looking at the ceiling. You open and then breathe out as you come down. Always relax on the out breath. Back to the starting position again, looking at the floor. Breathe in. Looking at the ceiling, open the shoulder, and then breathe out. Back to the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax, okay? Relax. We're not trying to beat the body into submission. We're actually just relaxing. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower your hand. Okay, we're going to get ready for the metta meditation. So I talked many times that the purpose of having this class is to give us a chance to explore the dimensions of our existence, to really experience that our existence is not just this body. There's the energy that runs through the body, and then there's the mind that is not part of the body, it's not even the brain, okay? Now, when you understand that and you appreciate that, things change. I believe that if everybody understands that, there is no reason for war. There is no reason for violence. Okay? It's only when we think that this body is the entirety of existence that we think that we have to compete with each other. Country has to compete with country, right? People have to compete with people, neighbors have to compete with neighbors. When you understand that, no, actually beyond this body, there's additional dimension. You think very differently. You think very differently. Now, if you do believe that the body is not the entirety of existence, then your perspective to your body is different. Because all of a sudden you realize that the body is just a vehicle. It's as if you're taking a bus. You would never think that the bus is you. The bus is your existence. That wouldn't make sense because you just have to hop on and hop off, right? It's a vehicle. The body is just a vehicle. And since it's a vehicle, it's important that we show our gratitude. And that's what's missing in our health, is that we forgot to be grateful to our body. Our body has been ignored. It's been around for so long, carrying our weight, but we've been ignoring our body. So first thing we want to do with metta, loving kindness, is to show that loving kindness to ourselves. Once we know how to do that, then we can show that loving kindness to our family and our friends. And then finally, we're going to learn how to do that with all beings. And you might say, well, why should I do that? Well, think about the in-breath. Ooh, that's nice and fresh, huh? Where does that come from? That came from the trees. Feel the out-breath. Is damp and stale. Where did that go? That went back to the trees. Who support the trees? It's all the little beings. The big ones are little ones. So that's enough reason to be grateful, isn't there? To be grateful to our habitat, to be grateful to our universe, to be grateful to all the beings that actually support our existence. Okay? All right. So back to the posture. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Focus on the eyelid. Examine your eyelid. Notice that there's a lot of stuff going on in your eyelid. Clouds, black clouds, colors, all that. Now, what you find is that as you learn to meditate, those black clouds clear up a little by little, a little by little. Because as you learn to meditate, your internal trauma start to disappear and the eye becomes clear. Trust me on that. But in any case, I want you to feel the light behind those black clouds. I want you to think about those light as the source of positive energy. Now, you might give a different name to the source of positive energy. You might call it the Jesus of Nazareth. You might call it Virgin Mary. You might call it angel. You might call it whatever name you want to give it to. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all the positive energy. I want you to focus on that. I want you to come back to your breath. I want you to start at the lower back. As you know that you're breathing in, travel up the spine all the way to the top of the head. And now focus on that positive energy. Focus on the light. Be one with the light. And as you breathe out, bring that positive energy to your body as if you're bringing the loving kindness to your body. When you breathe in, travel up the spine, all the way up to the top of the head. Focus on the light, focus on the light. And then as you breathe out, bring that positive energy to your body, being very grateful to the body. Now we're going to keep doing that. I'm going to show you how to chant. First, I'm going to chant in English. As you bring up, say to yourself, may I be free of all negative energy and animosity. Come back. Bring up again. May I be free of all spiritual suffering. Come back. Bring that positive energy back to yourself. Up again. May I be free of all physical suffering. Bring it back. And then finally, may I be protected with positive energy and be happy, be peaceful, and be healthy. I'm going to chant in Pali, the original language of the Buddha. It comes from the Metta Sutra. Bring up to the top of the head, focus on the light. Bring that positive energy back to yourself. Give it to your body. Be very grateful to your body. Sugi Okay, now we're ready to do the next step, which is wishing the same for family and friends, giving them the loving kindness. Be very grateful to your friends and your family. May my family and my friends be relieved of all animosity and negative energy. May my family and my friends be relieved of all mental suffering. May my friends and my family be relieved of all physical suffering. May my family and my friends be protected with positive energy and be healthy, be peaceful, and be well. Now, I want you to think about someone that you don't get along with for some reason. Could be a coworker, could be your family member, could be even be your parents or your children or your siblings. Could be someone you don't know, just happened to run into a road rage one day, showing you the finger. I want you to think about that person. I want you to think about that person and even give positive energy to that person. Think of the person as just another being, no more, no less. May all beings be free from animosity and negative energy. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings be protected by positive energy and be peaceful, be well, and be healthy. Sutta Avaya Antu Sutta Ayapaja Andu Subili Sutta Aloka May all beings be happy, be peaceful, and be healthy. Okay, so this chant came from a sutra called the Metta Sutra. And the story, I might have told this here before, you might not heard it, come from in ancient time, about 2,600 years ago, when the historical Buddha was alive and he was visiting from village to village. And one day, a group of monks came to the Buddha to learn to meditate. And he taught them the meditation technique. And the monks were very happy. And they decided that they would be very diligent to practice. So they went to a forest, and each monk take up one tree. And this is their meditation, the place of meditation. Now, as it turns out, if you believe that your existence is beyond this body, then you must accept the possibility that there are beings out there that you cannot see, you cannot smell, you cannot taste, you cannot touch. We are very limited in what we can see, we can smell, we can taste, we can touch, right? So the story is that there were beings, devas, that were living in the trees prior to the monks coming. And so when they see the monks coming, they said, oh, we better stay away for a little while to show our respect. So they left the trees, thinking that they will only be there for a couple of hours. But instead, they were there for a couple of days. And all of a sudden, these beings, the spiritual beings, says, well, that can't be, right? I need my home. I can't, I need my place. So they start to make all kinds of racket and scared the crap out of the monks. The monks ran to the Buddha and says, what happened? It's not working. The more we meditate, the worse it gets. And finally, the Buddha says, yeah, but you weren't thinking about the other beings. You were only thinking about yourself. You were only thinking about your own salvation, your own enlightening. You didn't care about the other being. You weren't even acknowledged that there were other beings. So he taught him how to do this metta meditation, the purpose of which is to give loving kindness to the world. Okay, now, as it turns out, a recent scientific report came out that when you do meditation, it actually changes your brain, changes the DNA of your brain, and slow down aging. So it's a very good technique for super aging. Okay. All right. So now we finished the second part. We're now on to the third part. Okay. So 1 hour, huh? All right. Now the third part is a very important exercise called Jing. Okay. Translate into exchanging the tendon. That's a mistranslation. Doesn't matter. But it's a very good exercise for aging, for super aging, because it combines three very important elements. There's stretching, there's muscle building, and then there's cardio. But cardio in a way of very low impact, no huffing and puffing. Okay. All right. So before we do that, I'm going to do this every Saturday. Okay. I just think that is that important. All right. We're going to relax, do some joint exercise, put your hands on your knee, bend your knee a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now the Chinese, if you know anyone or you yourself practice Tai Chi, they actually think of our hands no different from our legs. The wrist is the same as the ankle. The elbow is the same as the knee. The shoulder is the same as the hip. Okay. So when we do the exercise on the elbow, we need to do the exercise on the knee. When we do exercise on the wrist, we need to do exercise on the ankle. So lift up your right foot, ankles up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's less about the body and more about the chi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the next one. The next one is a very important exercise, just standing on your toe. Okay, standing on your toe. Now it turns out that a lot of you have lower back problem. Lower back problem is an indication of your kidney qi deficiency. Okay, the kidney, I will talk about the essence, right? The essence of the kidney is the marrow. So the essence actually grow in the bone, grow in the spine, and we believe that the brain is part of that. Okay, so the the kidney chi is responsible for the brain health. So standing on your toes will activate that. Now I want you to open your shoulder, relax the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin so the top of the head is on top of your central nerve system. Focus on the top of your head and then stand on your toes. Now, if you focus on the top of your head, you can stand for a long time, okay? And then when you come down, I want you to impact the heel and relax. The heel is the yang energy line, is we named that after the bladder, is the yang energy line for the kidney, okay? Now get ready. Second time, stand on your toe. And then impact the heel gently. One last time, stand on your toe. And then impact the heel and relax. Relax. Now, this is very good for your brain health. Trust me. Yeah, okay. The first thing happens if you have dementia is you don't know, you cannot balance because your left brain are not working independent. Your two sides of the brains are not working independently. So this is a good exercise by standing on your left foot, focusing on the top of the head now. And we're going to kick the right foot three times. And every time you kick, you come back to the top of the head. Okay, get ready. 1, come back. 2, come back. 3, come back. The other way. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now we're going to do one more exercise. One more. And this is about mixing the water and fire. By water, we means what's below the belly, the diaphragm. By fire, we means what's above. Okay. So the lung and the heart is fire. The heart is fire, and the kidney is water. So Mixing the two means that we're actually letting the qi circulate. So stand, open the shoulder, taking the left hand, the palm of the hand as far back as you can, and then taking the left hand, the back of the hand, put that right above the kidney. Okay. Now we're going to rotate, mixing the water and fire 30 times. Okay. All right. So now we got a body all ready for the Jing. Okay. YJJ. All right. So this comes in 14th set, 14 form, and then plus the last one, which is relaxation. So I'm going to do it slowly. There's actually a recording of this that you can follow. And also there a whole playlist of demonstration by a master. Okay. Now I want you to stand with the feet firmly on the ground. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. So the top of the head, this thing called the well on the shoulder. The well has to be on top of the gushing spring. Okay. So you have spring water coming up. Okay. Now I want you to take the toes and turn it inward. Okay, turn it inward like this. And then loosening up your shoulders. So you're energizing the yang energy line in the back. Okay. Now it's very important to keep it like this. This is called the goat stand. Okay, like standing like a goat, I guess. Okay, now the first one is called spirit boosting palm. It's actually sending a shock wave through your spiral cord. I want you to think about this. We're going to do this 3 times. And I want you to, each time, I want you to think about how you would improve. Okay. All right. If you do this right, you feel the shock wave going up all the way to the top of the head and come back down. All right. Now, so a couple of things you need to do. One is that you need to open your shoulder again, relax the shoulder. And then you need to lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin so that the top of the head is on top of the spine. Then you want to take your hand, you put that on your hip, palm facing down. And then when I ask you to push, you don't push with your hand, you push with your mind. What you're doing is you're looking at this, you feel the center of your palm, your mind is in the center of the palm, mind, body together, and then you push like this, okay? And just feel it the first time and then know that you can improve in the second and the third. Get ready, open, get ready, push, and feel the vibration. Back to the breathing, 1 breath, 2 breath. Okay, it's very important that we go back and forth between the yang and the yin. Now, second time. Okay, now the first time, we're going to improve in the second time. So the trick is open that shoulder, put the palm not too high, not too low, just around the hip. But the most important is the focus on the center of your palm. Get ready? Go. And then relax. 1 breath. Second time, third time. Okay, this is very important for your brain health. Get ready? Go. And then relax. Now we go from the palm to the thumb. Okay, the next one is called pointing the Wan tail. Wan tail is the name of the energy point right here. So we take our hand, lift it up so the thumb is pointing at the hip. We roll up the 4 fingers. Now you imagine that we have 2 buckets of water hanging on the thumb. I'm going to lift up those 2 buckets of water by stretching the thumb upward. Now this happens to activate your large intestine energy line. And then relax without lowering your hand, but relax the finger. Pay attention to your breathing. Second time, focus on the thumb, roll up the fingers, lift up those 2 buckets of water, and then relax. One breath at a time. One last time, lift up those 2 buckets of water, and then relax, lower your hand, pay attention to your breathing. One breath at a time. Now the next one is called the beginner's hand. This is how the baby holds the thumb, both inside the womb or when they were first born. And the trick here is to understand that the energy line here called the lung, here is called the pericardium. One is the mental part, one is the physical part. Those 2 energy points happens to be on both sides of the middle finger. And so you take your thumb and you put that across, right? So the tip of the thumb is right below the ring finger, okay, like this. Then you roll up your 4 fingers. And as you squeeze, you're actually putting pressure, okay? Now, get ready. Put the thumbs in the middle, roll up the 4 fingers, and squeeze. And relax. Second time, and squeeze. And then relax. This is a very good cardio exercise without huffing and puffing. Very low impact, but high efficiency. One last time, and squeeze. And then relax. Now we're going to take a deep breath. Put the fists together below your belly button. Again, going from here to here, okay? And we're going to take a deep breath, raising your body. And then relax. Now, there was a time when the professional athletes discovered this thing called the thing with the suction cup, and you see them with a lot of marks in the back. That's because they want to work on the back, which is the gallbladder, the bladder energy line. So we do this by putting a fist in front of a nose, bringing the elbow together, focusing on the back, and we're going to stretch the back, and then relax. Focusing on the breathing. Second time, stretch the back, and then relax. One last time, stretch the back, and then relax. Okay, so the back is the bladder, and then the thumb is the large intestine, both of which is responsible for detoxification. All right, so now the next one is the fist on top of the head. So open the shoulder, open the fingers, lift up your hand. And now we're going to learn to roll a fist by joint by joint by joint. First joint, second joint, lock it with the fist, open the shoulder, and squeeze the fist. Okay, so this is muscle building. And then relax. And also very good cardio exercise. Second time, open the shoulder, roll the fist, lock it with your thumb, and squeeze. And then relax. One last time. Open the shoulder, roll your fist, and squeeze. Now you notice that I'm going really slow, right? Because I want to explain. But as I go slow, this becomes very strenuous. But my small army of Cantonese speaking grandmother are keeping up, no problem. Okay. Now the next one is called stabbing the shoulder. This actually works on the energy line that has to do with the brain. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, put that on the shoulder, and stab. And then relax. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, stab, and then relax. One breath at a time. One last time. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, stab, and then relax. The next one is called the cross Now here, now we're not punching. So imagine you have two walls on the side, we're just pushing. So first we're going to do is rotate the wrist, roll the fist, take a deep breath and push. And then relax. Second time, rotate the wrist, roll the fist, take a deep breath and push. And then relax. One last time. Push. And then relax. Front hanging. Okay, same thing, but in the front. Imagine you have a wall in the front. Roll and push. And then relax. Second time. Wrist, fist, breath, push. And then relax. One last time. Push. And then relax. Back to muscle building, doing chin up. Grab the bar, look up, pull yourself up, and then relax. Using a lot of strength as much as you can, okay? Focusing on the breathing. Second time, push, pull, and then relax. One breath, two breaths. Second time. One last time. Pull yourself up and then relax. Check the inside of your mouth. See if it's dry. If it's dry, close your mouth. Put the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth. Activate the saliva gland. Okay, the next one, I call this ripping the phone book. Imagine you have a yellow page. Grab it and rip. Okay, use your strength. You don't use it, you lose it. Second time. Rip. And then relax. One last time. And rip. And then relax. The next one is called swallowing the dantian. So take all your saliva and swallow. Or as far down as you can. Now, before we do anything, check your goat stand. Make sure you're loosening up your knee. Back of the hand touching, and then just lower your hand, looking at the floor. Squeeze your fists, relax. Back of the hand touching again. Squeeze your fists, back of the hand touching again. One last time. Squeeze your fists, back of the hand touching again. Flip so your palm is facing up. Check your goat stand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Palm facing forward. Lower your knee as if you have a big rock in the front and push. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to the sitting position. Going to sit for 5 minutes. Focusing on the breath, focusing on the body. You feel all kinds of changes in your body. So now it's a good time to pay attention to it. We're going to meditate for 5 minutes, and we're going to do some massaging. Okay, open your eyes. So this exercise called Jing is passed on from generation to generation since the days of the Bodhidharma, about 1600 years ago or so. And Bodhidharma was a yogi from North India. And so it's in fact a yogic exercise. And so the temples, especially the Shaolin temples, the abbot, the head monk, they would go into seclusion 3 years at a time, living in a 9 by 9 chamber. And they would do this exercise to keep themselves both physically and mentally sound. And so especially the last part where you jumped, and that's to activate the calf right here. So in the past, I talked about how there's a study from UCSF that talks about the correlation between the health of your calf and the brain. Okay, all right. So it's a very good exercise. It's really amazing. You don't really experience it until you actually practice every day. And I think that it's something that I want to do here. I want to really bring that to you because, for example, right now you feel tingling in your head, right? Because the chi is rising to the top of the head. It's such a good exercise. So now it's time to do some massaging. So take your 10 fingers, use the flat part of your thumbs, starting at the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, and then the bottom. Okay, so the three part of your brain, the cognitive, the memory, and the motor function. And then one last time. And now we're going to learn to tap on the top, giving it some energy. And we do that by opening our shoulder, relaxing the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin, entire upper torso lean back, taking the 10 fingers, put that on top 30 times. And once again, massage the cognitive part, the memory part, and the motor function part. So when a person suffers from dementia, that's the progression of degradation. All right. Now we're going to learn to massage our face because the face is where all the yang energy terminates. And starting with around the eye. Okay. So we're going to take the index finger and put that in the beginning of the eyebrow, push it in, massage a little bit, push it in again. You notice that there's a lot of stress there. And now we're going to massage the eyebrow, but as if we're squeezing the toothpaste. 1, 2, and then 3. And then now we're going to take the index finger at the corner of your eye, massage. And now we're going to use the thumb and locate that point right above the corner of your eye. There's a piece of bone there. And we're going to push it in with the thumb. And this actually relieves the pressure inside your eyeball. So now we're going to do some yoga exercise with the eyeball. Close your eye, turn your eyeball up, right, down, left, right, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up. The other way. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, and then relax. So people who suffer from glaucoma, it's actually a nerve disorder. And this point is where the nerve ending is. So this relieves the pressure in your eye. All right, so now we're going to take a thumb and just massage the bottom. And then massage the other side. We're going to take 2 fingers, starting at the corner of your eye, go to the corner of your mouth. These are energy points, okay? These are all very important energy points. Including this one, it's called a welcoming fragrance. So if you have a sinus problem, this is a good one. Massage a little bit, apply some pressure, and then massage. Then the next one is called the welcome of being. This is actually where the arteries are. So if you have high blood pressure, you want to massage that very gently. And then finally, we want to massage the ears. We separate the ears into 3 parts. The top part, this one is good for your high blood pressure, also help you to sleep. Then the middle part, then the lower part, then the tip, yank, the edge, the ear loop, yank. Now take the index finger and massage where the ears join the skull. This is also very important for if you have high blood pressure. And the other one. And now take your hand, put that behind your ear, stretch the ear. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to learn how to massage your fingers now. So we take the left hand, use the right thumb, use the joint, put that on top of the joint, massage the side and the side, massage the side and the side. So those of you who have arthritis, that's because your body is inflamed. That's because the qi is not is blocked. And so when the qi is blocked, they often block at the fingers. And so you find that if you massage your fingers, it would relieve pain from your arthritis, even though the pain might be from the shoulder or the knee or the wherever. Qi is qi, okay? And then now the other side. So I find that massaging the fingers is a very, very important part of the health maintenance. And now we're going to massage the top of your fingers, including the thumb and then the other one. Okay. And now we're going to put one on top of each other, squeeze the fingers and massage the inside and the other one. And we're going to do some tapping of the fingertips. This is actually good for your heart and your brain. Get ready, 30 times. And now we're going to learn to do some finger exercise, pointing all 10 fingers in the front. 4 of them are springs. 1 of them hold down the springs, wind up the springs, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is very good for carpal tunnel. The next exercise, open the shoulder, forming the lotus hand, put that on the gate to the cloud, back of the hand facing the camera, and go 1, back of the hand facing the camera, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is very good if you have frozen shoulders. So one last thing we do, often we just have pain in the hand that just indescribable. Okay, I used to take a lot of Advils and Tylenols and so just to get rid of the pain because I use the computer too much. Turns out you just take your knuckle and scrape the inside from the elbow to the wrist and then scrape on top of the bone on one side, scrape on top of the bone on the other side, scrape the back of your arm, scrape your palm, the back of your palm, the fingers, the thumb, back to the fingers, back to the back of your palm, back to the upper part of your arm, back onto the bone, the other side of the bone, and then the inside, and then on the other one. Okay, just get the qi going, and then it will relieve a lot of pain. And okay. All right, end of class. One last thing. Open the shoulder. We're going to do 5 times lion's roar. Get ready. And okay. All right, end of class. See you all next week. And thank you, Martha. And join the circle, ask questions there, and I'll do my best to answer. And if I see any article that is relevant to our practice here, I will post them too. And you are welcome to post articles there. Okay? All right. And thank you for the donation, Matt. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Catherine. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep up the practice. 星期一見吓。Okay, bye-bye.